Hello and welcome back to Sparkle Me Pink. My name's Michelle. Don't mind the mess behind me. This room is still being remodeled into being the baby room slash a little corner of my office over here. But I still wanted to sit down and share some of my makeup favorites that can be purchased at Sephora. I know the VIP sale is set to end here like on November 9th, but I can't imagine that's the only deal that they're going to have before the end of the holidays. And even if it is, I still feel like these recommendations will stand evergreen because I've been using through a lot of them. I will leave an affiliate link in the description box down below to each of the products that I'm talking about in today's video. And again, if you're looking for more Sephora skincare recommendations or tools, check this video out here after you finish watching this one. Okay, so let's jump right into it. My first product that I've absolutely fallen head over heels with is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I have heard Samantha Ravindell rave about this forever, and I just had to give in and try it out. It's a light peachy pink, very creamy but not waxy under eye corrector. I like to first apply it with a P88 Precision angled brush from Sigma and then blend it out using the Soft Blend Concealer brush F64 from Sigma. I feel like that gives me a seamless application and just nice and gently feathers it into the skin. Sometimes I do need to use a concealer on top, but on days that I'm just kind of running out the door but still want to be a little more bright and refreshed in that area, I'll just tap it on, sometimes using my fingers, and go. I do have to set it with a powder, which I'll share a recommendation later on in this video of how I set my under eyes. But for the most part, that one is super comfortable. It feels hydrating. It doesn't feel heavy or overwhelming in that delicate under eye area. The next product is sort of like a skincare, but it's part of my makeup routine. It is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm in Gummy Bear. This is a limited edition fragrance or scent. Or even flavor. It kind of does taste kind of good, but I don't recommend you eating it. I haven't tried out the other scents, but I do have another one on the way because of course I had to purchase another one. It's so comfortable, so hydrating. I actually love their traditional nighttime mask, and I wanted something to be in a bit easier of an applicator. I'm so glad that they came out with this, or maybe I just never realized that they had this to begin with. I'm even happier I'm gonna have two of them. So one can be here on my vanity and the other one can be in my purse or my bag. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I do like to set my makeup, whether that be a day I'm just wearing a little concealer or under eyes, or a full face of foundation and all the works. I have fallen absolutely in love with a lot of Hourglass products. By far, this is not sponsored or PR. I purchased everything I'm going to show you from Hourglass today, and it's going to be quite a bit because I have fallen head over heels for their formulas. This one in particular is newer-ish to my collection because I started off with one of the travel sizes, but it was a little bit too deep for my skin going into the winter time. When I have a little bit of a tan, this one looks really great. This is in Dim Light, my little mini travel one. And then the full size is in Ethereal Light. And I just take a big fluffy brush and gently pat, maybe do some light little sweeping on the cheeks and forehead just to set my makeup. It doesn't have any glitter particles. It has maybe just a very fine sheen to it. It's so hard to explain, but it looks very natural, and on days that I don't use this, I feel like I look drier than I want to. Because on days when I use this product, I look in the mirror like hours after application and I still look very fresh and very hydrated, and I just love that look for my skin. I've kind of put the days of matte application behind me, so I think that's why I've fallen in love with all of these Hourglass Ambient-esque type of products. The next one from Hourglass is going to be a bronzer, and this is the Diffused Bronze Light. It's kind of like a swirled, neutral, cool toned bronzer. And when I first got this, I was like, man, is this even going to show up on my skin? It looks like it's mostly like a light tan shade powder. And as I started playing with it, I was like, wow, this is actually really beautiful. It's sitting on the skin nicely. It gives me that ever so slightly glow without being too shiny or gleam or wet looking. Then of course, I had to pick up a blush. I mean, I've been loving the powder and the bronzer so much, I had to try out one of their blushes. This is in Mood Exposure, and it is just an ever so soft rosy pink shade. I actually think that this would look really great on most skin tones You might have to build it up a little bit more on deeper skin tones, but they do have other shades that are a little deeper that I have not tried. The only other blush that I've tried from Hourglass, or really other products, is this Ambient Ghost Unlocked palette. And I've had this for a while. You can see there's a huge indent in this highlighter over here. I wish they sold this in an individual, but this is an old school, like, throw it back one, and I think this is what started my love for the Hourglass products, but they weren't always the shades that I was looking for, hence my purchasing them individually. I will say that they do have a new holiday palette out right now. It's called the Mini Unlocked, or oh gosh, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll put a little picture here, but really it is these 4 shades here. So I'll point them out. It's going to be this highlighter, blush, bronzer, and like finishing powder, all on one little quad rather than this 6-pack, because you can't get this one anymore. This one was limited edition as well. So if you're looking to try out Hourglass products, but you don't want to be purchasing each of these at $24 a pop, then getting that palette, I want to say it's $56 off the top of my head, is totally worth it. I think you're really gonna like it. Now, to round out the face products, we're gonna finish up with an individual highlight from Hourglass. This is the Incandescent Strobe Light shade. I don't know that it's my favorite. I do prefer the one that was in the Ghost palette, but it's very similar and very everyday, very soft. It's not gonna be striking, catching the eye, but it does leave your skin with that soft, subtle glow. And like I said, these wear really well on the skin. Like, I'll be halfway through my shift at work, I'll take my mask off in the bathroom, kind of like check things out a little bit, and it looks so fresh and so pretty and glowy. Another product you have to check out, and it's way more cost friendly, is the Wander Beauty Trip for 2 little palette. I love this. When we first started doing the little mini renovation in this room, I only had like one little bit of makeup that I had pulled out, like all of my favorites, and this was one of them. You can see it has gotten quite the use. Over here we have the Costa Ray bronzer and the Bellini blush. These are so beautiful. They're pretty pigmented, so go in with a nice light hand. The only thing is I wish this palette had a highlighter in it, and it would be the most absolute perfect travel palette of all time. And it's way more cost friendly. The next product I've been kind of trying out, this one is newer to me, but I have liked some other products from the brand, and this one has not failed me yet. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Mini Palette. I can never bring myself to purchase the full size of this one, so I'm so happy that they came out with a mini. I still think I like my Hourglass products a little bit better, but I'm not returning this, if that gives you kind of like an idea there. This isn't going anywhere, I'm keeping this. Let's move on to eyes, and I have a palette that I'm gonna do a little demo for, so I'm gonna share the other one that I didn't demo first. This one isn't an exact one that is on the website. I actually just purchased the new Nude palette from Charlotte Tilbury because I enjoyed the formulation of this one so much. I purchased this one off Mercari, brand new. I think it was a limited edition. It's called the Easy Smokey Eye palette, and I have not been able to find it on any websites, but it's very similar in setup and colors to, what is the other, I think it's called the Daytime Glow, or like Brightening Eye Glow or something like that. I love the formula. It lasts all day. It doesn't crease or get crumbly or weird on me, and I was so impressed with it that I purchased that Nude one. And I have a lot of nude, natural, shaded eyeshadows, but that's how much this one impressed me. And again, this is a higher price point, so why not get it while there's a deal going on? Sorry, my voice gets really tired still. We're about 4 years out from my surgery now, but man, I do apologize. I'm not sick, it happens. Now, onto the palette that I'm gonna do a little demo for you. It is with the Huda Beauty Nude Light palette. I do kind of want to get the medium and maybe even the dark, just because of how much I love this one here. It is so pretty, and it's like spring in like a little palette, even when it's not spring. So when you just need that little bounce of happiness, I like to pull this one out. I played with a couple of different colors today just to give you an idea of how they apply and how they look on the eye, and I was just playing around with the colors to see which one would look best. And then I remembered I was wearing this like burnt blush sort of shade underneath my jumper today, so I was like, ooh, I'm gonna warm it up with this bronzy shade down in the bottom. So you'll see me tap on some of the glittery shades in the center after using some crease shades and the deeper color to darken up that outer V. I just really love the Huda Beauty ones. I have some other palettes from her, but this one is by far the one that I pull for the most. I actually don't own any of the larger ones. I only get the ones that are like these little pans here. I don't know why, I just haven't, she hasn't put out one of the bigger ones that I've been like, oh, I want that. Okay, moving on to lips, or finishing up the lips. Now that we've finished up our makeup look, my next product that I'm gonna share with you, I actually wore on my wedding day. It is the Charlotte Tilbury KKW lipstick. It is just so pretty. I mean, it's pretty much a peachy concealer color for the lips. It's in a soft satin matte finish, and I don't know, it is just like my favorite color of life right now. It's so comfortable, especially when worn over like a balm. That's why I do like to apply lip glowy balm first and let that sink in for a little while, then top it off with the lipstick. Now, since that does blank out my lips quite a bit, I do like to add a little bit of life back into it and a little more comfortability. Bobbi Brown. I know, this is a ridiculously expensive lip gloss, but I have had this for a good while now. I actually got a deluxe sample size of it when I had done an order earlier in the year through Sephora, and I fell in love with that sample so much that I ended up purchasing the full size. Mine is in the shade In the Buff, and this is the Crushed Oil Infused Gloss. And I'm telling you, it is not greasy. It doesn't feel like an oil. It's super lightweight and comfortable, yet it feels hydrating even when worn alone. I hate that I love this so much because it's like $27. I understand it's totally ridiculous. I mean, I sort of feel that way about a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury products. It's definitely lasted me a good long while, which makes me feel a little bit better about making an investment in a product like that. I feel like I'm getting the value out of it, rather than some products that I try out I like, but I don't 100% love, and then I don't end up finishing up. Where this, I have a feeling I'm gonna end up like scraping out the sides because of how much I love it and don't want it to die on me. So that is everything in the makeup category that you can purchase at Sephora. Thank you so much for using the links in the description box down below, as those help support me and my family. If there's anything I forgot, or if you feel like I rushed through anything, definitely leave me a comment down below so I can address those for you. I'm really excited to film the skincare side of it here in a moment. I'm gonna take a little break, get some more water, maybe have a snack, feed the old baby. Can I show you the baby? See, I have this cute little jumper that I got from Amazon on today, and there's the baby bump here. I am 19 weeks and like 5 days, so almost 20 weeks, almost halfway. This is wild. Okay, I'm just way too excited to be filming right now. I need to stay on track. Thank you so much for being here with me and watching through the end of this video. Definitely stay tuned to watch the skincare version of this one. So I'll see you here very soon. Bye.